Story time with Fergie and friends.
Susie, thank you so much, Susie, for doing this for Fergie and Friends. So kind of you.
Hello, I'm here to read my book called The Little Cockroach. It was written by me, Susie Violet, and illustrated by Alex Patrick. This little fella is called Pedro, and he is the little cockroach, and this guy is Enrico, and he is his best friend. The opening dedication is try and you might, don't and you certainly won't. Pedro the little cockroach was very bored one day as he looked across the sand dunes in sunny Angel Bay. I'm tired of this place, Pedro said to his best friend. There must be more than sun and sand to make this boredom end. He said, I know, Enrico, we should go and have some fun. They packed some shoes and 2 canoes, and so the adventure begun. They left the bay to find a way. The road was unfriendly and scary. Watching out for predators, they needed to be wary. Prowling in the shadows was a gecko silhouette. Pedro and Enrico upped their pace. We need to lose this threat. Yippee, we lost it, Pedro said. They danced around with glee. Despite the close encounter, they had never felt so free. Look, an airport, Enrico cried, and they ran towards the lights. Jump on this case, Pedro said, as they zoomed to catch a flight. Through the airport they whizzed. Hang on, Enrico, hold tight. The roaches clasped with all their strength with the cargo hold in sight. Can you see them? On the suitcase. Arriba, away they flew, high up into the sky. The little bugs were on their way, waving their home goodbye. They arrived in a new land of spaghetti and old buildings. We made it, Pedro, we really did. Here's to new beginnings. Can you tell where they are? Can you tell which flag that is? Where are we? Enrico said. I'm not sure, Pedro replied. Where are we? Enrico said. I'm not sure, Pedro replied. Grab a camera, find your map, and let's follow that tour guide. Let's go or andiamo is what the locals say. They walked up a wonky tower with Pedro leading the way. That tower is called the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and it really leans. Have you guessed where they are yet? They scuttled on through the crowds. Come over here, Pedro said. Oh no, Enrico, watch out, as ice cream plopped on his head. Sweet, sticky and smooth, licking up the goo, the ice cream melted with plenty for 2. They came across a kitchen and, disguised as pepperoni, they were picked up by a chef and plonked into a calzone. Inside a pizza oven they sat. It was toasty and yummy. This was the best place to be and perfect for their tummies. Unaware of the outside world, the bugs tucked in with delight. A knife came tearing through. Their delight turned into fright. Screams echoed through the air with people in a panic. Pedro yelled, we need to leave. This atmosphere's too manic. After all the exploring, they decided to sleep. All their whizzing and wishing had quite worn out their feet. They scurried in to a grand hotel. Get in here, Pedro said. The little bugs found a case to make the perfect bed. They talked about the gecko and flying in the sky. Their heads buzzing with all they'd done, they started to close their eyes. Pedro started snoring. Enrico snuggled in tight. Tomorrow would be another adventure, but for now they said, night-night. And what they did was they went on an amazing roach trip. So they were bored, they found a way to have some fun, and they had the best adventure. And a lot of people aren't sure about cockroaches, and I think I understand it, but they are actually really amazing creatures. Did you know that a baby roach is only the size of a speck of dust? Or did you know that roaches are older than the dinosaur and are believed to have originated 280 million years ago? Another really amazing fact, which your mummies and daddies might not like me saying, but a roach can live for a week without a head, and it doesn't die because it doesn't have a head, because it has 2 brains, one in its head, one up its bottom. And the reason why it dies is because it can't drink any water and it dies of dehydration. Roaches are the planet's recyclers, and they could help us with climate change due to their ecological role. They have a big impact on forest health and all the species that live there. There's 4,500 different species of cockroach, and approximately only 30 of them are a pest to humans, so there are some really amazing and beautiful roaches out there. They are the only Earth being to have successfully bred in space. Now, when I say successfully, I don't mean that they're the only Earth being that's actually bred in space, but they had 33 space babies and they mutated and got stronger. I think that's probably one of my favourite cockroach facts. So now you know a little bit more about cockroaches. Do you think that you could love the roach? Maybe. Well, I hope you enjoyed my story, and hopefully the next adventure for Pedro and Enrico will be out possibly in June or July, depending on what's going on at that time. So take care, have fun, and I hope you learnt something interesting. Bye!
With Fergie and friends, with Fergie and friends.